Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have a review for you on Dream House by Cutie Pie Marzia, who is PewDiePie's girlfriend. I was sent this for review by the publisher for a blog tour, and I have to post a review for it. Let me preface this video by saying that this is going to be a 1-star book review. I really didn't like this book. Honestly, I'm impressed because I can't say this very often, but I didn't enjoy a single page of this book. Not even one. I think Marzia is an adorable person. I have watched videos from her. I think she's super cute and super nice. But I don't like her book, and that's unfortunate, but we're just gonna talk about it. Honestly, because this is a 1-star review, I'm not really gonna care about spoilers, so if you're watching this, you're probably watching it just because you enjoy me being sassy about things I don't like. So if you still want to read this, and you don't want to be spoiled, I'd suggest that you don't watch this. There are lots of other booktubers who are doing reviews for this, posting them today, so I would look out for those if you want to hear more non-spoiler thoughts, but I'm just gonna have at it, you know? So I'm gonna try my best to summarize this book for you. Essentially, it is about a girl named Amethyst who stumbles upon this house that is kind of her dream house, I guess, hence the title, and an old couple sees her standing outside, and so they invite her inside, and they like feed her dinner, and then she spends the night, and when she wakes up the next day she can't find them, and so she decides to continue staying in the house, and weird stuff happens. If that synopsis was strange to you, don't worry, it was strange to me as well. First of all, Amethyst is I don't even want to call her a 2D character, she's like a 1D character. She has zero personality. You don't know where she came from, you don't know who she is or why she's doing what she's doing. The story just kind of starts and she's like standing in front of this house and you're just like, who are you? And her name, Amethyst, which already is, yeah. It's not even introduced until page 29. She doesn't even say her name until page 29. And the story is told in first person, so you'd think that maybe she would give more commentary about who she was, but she didn't. So this is technically supposed to be like a horror thriller sort of book, but I don't know about you if you can relate to this, but you know when you're like a kid, like before you have your license when you're young and you have a sleepover with your friends and your parents were like too lazy or just didn't want to spend money to take you to Blockbuster so you could rent an actual new release. So then you go on Comcast On Demand and you like pick a movie, but you pick one of those like unrated horror movies that were like straight to DVD, and it's just terrible, and the main character's name is like Bunny, and it's just a terrible movie. That's kind of what this felt like, only a little worse. It made even less sense. You're expected to believe that this girl Amethyst goes into this house with this old couple who, why did they invite her inside when she was creeping outside their house? Who knows? It was like raining, they were like, come inside, eat dinner, and she's like, of course I'll go into a stranger's home. So she eats dinner, and then she has a weird thing happen to her where she passes out, and then when she wakes up the next day, like I said, the family isn't there anymore, but she honestly, in her mind, is like, well, I should stay until they come back so I can thank them. She doesn't think to leave a note, she's not like, well, this is weird, and then, literally, she goes into the basement at one point, and she gets attacked, and then she's like, I'm gonna keep staying in this house until they come home so I can say thank you to them. Sane motives are not present in this book. Just not even a little bit. Each chapter is headed with a day, so it's like day 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. And you're expected to believe that this girl stayed in this house for 30 days. Like literally the last chapter is day 30, and I'm like, what kind of person rolls up into a house that they don't live in and just stays there? And weird stuff keeps happening, like she figures out that it's haunted, she gets attacked more than once, she finds knives on the ground. She's not even like being held captive, like there's literally a point where she walks up to the gate and she could leave, and she doesn't leave. And I understand that this book was originally written in Italian, because, you know, that's Marzia's first language, but I genuinely think they used Google Translator to make this English version. There were words in it that I don't think are real. While I was really glad to see that a YouTuber wrote a book that wasn't a memoir, I genuinely believe that this was only published because it was Marzia, and for no other reason other than that, because the writing is just, it's not good. It's not good at all. I can sort of see what she was trying to do with this book. Like I said, it kind of is reminiscent of like a D-list horror movie, but it just, an editor needed to go over it a little bit more, and it just, things needed to change a lot in this story. Well, I feel bad because like I said, Marzia is an adorable human, and I mean that. But this book is not an adorable, good book. If you want to read this book, go for it. If you're a huge fan of Marzia, like I said, go for it. But, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Honestly, that's all I have to say. I thank you so much for sitting through this and watching this. I'm sorry it was such a negative review, but like, I'm actually not sorry. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day. Like, there's this one part where she has literally been there for one day and she can't find the family, and she just like starts finding clothes in the room she's staying in and like puts them on, and then she eats tortilla chips in the kitchen. Like, you don't live there, girl. You do not live in this home. You need to leave.